Good afternoon, everyone. It's Matthew back again with another tutorial coming at you. I hear you guys need a little bit of help trying to figure out how to figure out scale for this new assignment you have for representation. So I'm just gonna go through a process that I went with a few students earlier. So I have Illustrator open up right here. And what I'm gonna do is find, I guess, the right size for the 11 by 17 piece of paper that you can get in the printer. And what we're gonna do is lay things out a little bit for your assignment and get it ready to kind of print off something so that you can better scale it. Now this is a pretty simple procedure, but what you wanna have open is the properties panel, just so we can do some math, and we have to get a source image. So I'm just gonna copy and paste that image in here. All right, so right now it's pretty big and it is unscaled. So what we're gonna do is try to scale it a little bit, and we're going to go over to Google Earth. You can use the web browser based version of it as well. They both have the same tools. And what we're gonna do is go into Halifax and find the public library right here. So what we are doing is looking at a picture from the side of the public library, and we are trying to find the measurement for that wall. Specifically, we're looking for this measurement from here to here. And what I'm gonna do is draw a box around it. And I'm gonna try to make it really obvious. I'm gonna add red to it as well, because what we're using this square for is strictly for measurements. We're not really using it too much right now. So we have a square just like generally placed there. We're not worried about precision. We're just trying to get like an accurate scale for this image, or precision, not accuracy is what they say a lot. Or, sorry, not precision, we're looking for accuracy. So having your drawings look at an okay scale is more important than it being precise. So we're going to find the ruler function in Google Earth. We're going to measure from this corner to this corner, which is 64.81 meters. So I'm going to just do the math down here for you guys. So 64.81 meters. So to make scaling a little bit easier, we're gonna wanna change the unit of measurement for the file. You could do that when initially starting the file, but in case you already have everything laid out, I usually go to Document Setup. Again, it's in File, Document Setup, and I switch the units here to, I'm gonna do millimeters, or sorry, centimeters. I usually get confused when I switch to millimeters. So we want this to be at a 1 to 500 scale, which means it is 1 centimeter equals 500 centimeters. Or 1 centimeter equals 5 meters. So that means at 1 to 5 scale, 64, let's get a little calculator going. Oops, calc. So we're gonna do 64 0.81 divided by 5. So at 1 to 5 scale, oops, that wall should equal this many centimeters, pretty much 13 centimeters. So I'm gonna make an equation for you guys. Going back to math class, but it's gonna be simple. So variable x equals the total width of the image. A equals the width of the red square. And B equals the final width of the red square. And we are going to do the following equation. X divided by A times B. So what we're trying to do is get the scale to where we need it. So right now, the width A is 20.3376, and then the width of the image, which is the thing we are scaling, is 40.1765. And the final width we're trying to get to is this one right here, 12.962 centimeters. So then what we have to do, we can do this math just in our heads, but we can also do the math using just the properties tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything, including the red box on the inside. What I do is I hold Shift and then left click and hold the left click to drag a box around everything. Let go. And then over here in the properties panel, can we make this a little bigger? No, we cannot. Properties panel, what we're going to do, X is already there. So we are going to use the / and then 20.3376, enter, and it'll scale it really small. So basically what this has done is set it to kind of making X equal 1. So it's pretty much setting this to a single unit. And then we need to multiply it to the desired scale. So multiply by 12.962. And now your image should be to scale. So then the red box, you can like double check your work. So the final width of the red box should be 12.962, 12.9621. That's pretty good. And then now with this document, it's all to scale. So everything you make in here is now to scale as well if you need to make any measurements on your computer. However, I know for your assignment, you should be using a scale ruler. So I'm mostly just showing you guys this so that you can print out the scaled image so that you can measure things properly for their height. But if you were, this is how I would normally do it. Post B1 is I would scale an image, and then I can use these little boxes to measure things. So the height of this is 2.822 centimeters. And then you would just multiply that, I guess, by 500, or multiply that by 5. So let's do 2.872. For the width, 2.872 times 5, 14.36. So that's 14.36 meters. Oops, 14.36 meters. That's the width of that. Can do the same with, oh, my apologies. That's the height. And now the width is 3.8884. So 5. 19.42. But you guys will do that with a scale ruler, so you didn't hear that from me. So now that you have that all set up, you can print this off, and to export, you are going to, you're not going to do the same thing as in InDesign. You are actually going to save as, you're going to save as type a PDF. I'm going to call this print tutorial. Oops, my apologies. Tutorial. And you're gonna go to press quality, or at least I'm going to. I would recommend that, because if you did Illustrator default, you would only be able to open this PDF in Illustrator. So you wanna save it as anything else. So I usually do press quality. And I've also heard you guys don't know how to use the print function, the online print function. So I usually Google DAL print services. Go to copying and printing, and all the way at the bottom of the page with this like big dude printing something, printing from your laptop, wireless printing, click here. You log in to your university, and what you're gonna have to do is make sure you have money in your DAL card. So to do that, there's a link here. You can open that up, log into your DAL card, and you can add cash this way, DAL dollars, and do that. And then to do an online print, you just go to web print, submit a job. It's usually on the second page, and what you're looking for is Medjuk Studio East tabloid. This one right here, tabloid. And it will default print double-sided. I'm sorry, that is just the way it is. I think this single-sided one might work, but I usually find that unless it tells you the location, it's just not gonna print. But you guys can give it a try, who knows. But print Studio East tabloid, print options, copies 1, and then you are going to drag and drop this in there, press upload and complete. I don't have a lot of money on this card, so I'm not going to do that, but that's how you would print from your laptop. All right, I hope that is helpful, and if you have any more questions, you know where to find us. Thanks.